and veins, keeping it tight, tricks of the trade. You got the power, let me show you the way.
Get rich.
It's going up.
Get rich.
It's going up.
Get rich.
It's going up.
This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Here's Banchero. How about Paolo Banchero, Coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Banchero's versatility makes him very valuable.
Now here's Edwards. Here's Edey. Rebounded by Johnson. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Okongwu, no good. Here's Edey. Down low. Here's Banchero. And he converts the layup.
I mean, 6'10", about 250. Banchero imposing his will inside.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Banchero, and he comes up with a bucket. Banchero's got 6 points.
Nice job by Banchero. He is so aggressive in the paint.
There's the screen by Johnson. And he lobs it up to the rim. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Pass to Rizachet. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Three-pointer Mathurin. It's rebounded by Rizachet. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul. Halliburton on the wing. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Picked up by Okongwu. The shot.
Yeah, look at Mathurin asserting himself on defense, using his quickness to stay on top of his man.
Pass to Banchero. Here's Edey. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Now here's Halliburton. Here's Rizachet from the arc. The rebound by Edey.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
To the middle. The kick out to Edwards. Pass to Bane. Takes the three. Hits the trifecta.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Hawks trail by 9. Can they get it? Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Yeah, defense is a little rough with Halliburton, so credit to him for committing to his selection.
Free throw good, Halliburton. And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Here's Pippen. Outside Mathurin. From deep three-point land. And another three for Memphis.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Halliburton surveys the floor. Here's Mann. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Grizzlies lead by 10. Here's Edey. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Outside man from behind the arc. And Atlanta misses again. Mathurin with the ball. Halliburton picks him up. 40 seconds left now in the first quarter. And here's the fast break. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
And the coaching staff wants Halliburton to take advantage of easy scoring opportunities, including finishing in transition.
Now here's Banchero. Give him 8 points now. Three-pointer Mathurin on target from range. Mathurin's got 6.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Pass to Edey. Outside Bane. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Paolo Banchero getting it done to the Grizzlies. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
And picked 20th back in 2021, Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his third year and still has plenty of room to grow.
And Atlanta making a change here. Memphis shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his heiress, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Now here's Edwards. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Edey for 3. Can't hit that one. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. They trail by 11. Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing throws every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Pass to Banchero. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
Hawks trail by 6. Here's Daniels, guarded by Bain. Here's Daniels, right now averaging 5.5 a game. There's the three. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Outside Mathurin. Left side Bain. Pass to Edwards. It's stolen by Okongwu. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Here's Daniels. Fires the three. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Yeah, plenty of power behind that move from Johnson.
Timeout call, Memphis. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Stan, they always say for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
Nice shot by Kennard.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Brandon Clark. That's his first foul. Pass to Daniels. 1:46 left to play in the half. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Johnson. No luck on that one. Good D by Clark. Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Bagley. And another basket for Memphis.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Here's Topic. He's scoreless. Counted from distance.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Edwards looking it over. There's 48 seconds left in the second. Kennard for three. Drills it from deep. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Kennard wasted no time firing back. That's the work of an elite three-point shooter.
Pass to Daniels. Ooh, good D by Bagley.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Kennard outside. Here's Wells. 5 to shoot. Outside Edwards. Fades. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
Substitution for your Hawks. Larry Nance Jr. Terrence Mann.
It could go. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Memphis finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back after this word. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Hawks trail by 8. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Oh, forcing the issue. Halliburton in attack mode.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And both free throws good for Halliburton.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Here's Pippen. No made baskets yet. The kick out to Banchero. Pass to Pippen. Back to Payne. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edey. And it's in there. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Improving his passing is going to be key for Mathurin in the NBA. Looks like he's already on that path.
Halliburton's got an open look. Memphis with a rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. The 3 from Rizachet. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton.
Yeah, good mechanics and a high release. Rizachet's shot is pretty refined and ready for quick attacks like this.
Outside Mathurin. Pure from 3-point range. Mathurin's got 12 points in the game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Edey. Payne with it. Here's Pippen. Back to Banchero. On the wing, Mathurin. The 3. Unable to get that one. Hawks trail by 6. And coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor in guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing.
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Timeout call, Memphis. And here's Edwards. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Edey. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Atlanta. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Here's Krejci. Launches it. The rebound by Edey.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
The kick out to Edwards. No good with the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Inside. Outside for Halliburton. Back to Johnson. Picked it out of midair. Edwards with it. Halliburton picks him up. Anthony Edwards reins one in.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Now, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Now here's Edwards. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game. Clock at 6. To the inside. Edey. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
Here's Nance. Still without a bucket. A nice shot by Krejci.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now here's Edwards. It's a 5-point game. Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
Well, you can tell this team looks to Anthony Edwards to set the tone on the floor. His intensity becomes their intensity, and let me tell you, his intensity is always high.
Edwards driving. Pass to Wells. Edey for three. Hits the three-pointer. Edey's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Halliburton for three. The rebound by Edey. Banchero left side. Offline with a three. And so it's Memphis, ending the quarter up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. Back after this. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Timeout, Grizzlies! I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message that the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. He implored his team to use the clock. He said the clock is our friend. No need to rush things unless they give us a free one. Let's squeeze them out of this game. Back to you, Brian.
And Allie, thanks. Now here's Edwards. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Back to Payne. Pass to Edwards. 3-pointer Mathurin. Rebounded by Johnson.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Here's the three. It's rebounded by Banchero. Memphis leading by 10. Banchero the screen. To the paint. Out to Bagley. Now Edwards. From the top of the key. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. They double team Halliburton. Here's Johnson. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
The defense had him confused early on, but he's responded in the second half with some assertive play.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Memphis.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
We also got to highlight how on fire they've been from three-point land. They've continued to capitalize from beyond the arc in this one.
The finish inside from Halliburton.
And I appreciate how confident Halliburton is. For a guard, he handles himself well indeed.
Pass to Bagley. Back to Edwards. And here's Mathurin. Now here's Payne. The three is up. Buries it from three. And the Grizzlies lead by 11. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
He's hit a pair of threes each half, making a significant impact.
Halliburton for three. Triple! Tyrese Halliburton!
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Halliburton with the steal. The three from Rizachet. He's off on that one. Grizzlies lead by 11. Back to Edwards. Into the lane. Pass to Bane. Here's Matherin. And here's Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over to the wing. Here's Banchero. And another basket for Memphis.
Yeah, look at Banchero. Reminding you he can shoot too.
There's a screen by Johnson. Now here's Halliburton. On the take. Oh, those long strides. Halliburton.
Yeah, great play. Halliburton ferocious with the ball in his hands, using that long frame to his advantage.
Timeout, Grizzlies. Memphis making a switch here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Now Edwards to the middle. Pass to Kennard. 5 on the clock. For the finish. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustle.
The ball's knocked loose. .44 seconds left to play in the fourth. And here's Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Off target with the 3. And here's Memphis.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Edwards with it. Memphis wins it, and they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it.
Show my support, I didn't know big power. Now wisdom they make you